Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about Veganuary. So I know I'm a little bit late to the party because it is now the 7th of January. However, I was thinking about this yesterday and I'm pretty sure that this actually might be a great time to talk about Veganuary because you guys might already be 1 week in and thinking, what am I going to eat? This is really hard. So actually this might be perfect timing for this Veganuary video. Also, you might not have started your Veganuary journey yet because, you might still be in that lovely Christmas feel where you can just eat chocolate for breakfast and all of the party food at lunchtime, and you might not quite have got yourself organised for Veganuary yet. It doesn't matter if you start it today, this week, February, whenever you want to, but it's great if you're having a go. So before I start this video, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I have been a vegan for 2 years and 3 months now. And before that, I was a vegetarian, which I have been for the past 25 years. There are lots of reasons why I've changed to be vegan, but in my heart, always since I've been a teenager, I knew that eating animals was not for me. It just doesn't feel right. And obviously, over time, I realized that eating animal products as well wasn't really for me. So I've got lots of experience with eating plant-based, and I wanted to share 5 tips with you guys for your Veganuary journey. Just before I get into my 5 tips, I would like to ask a favour of you. I am a really small, tiny, minuscule channel. If you enjoy this video, please share it with your friends. Please give me a like, leave a nice comment, subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, 5'2_eyes of blue. I will love you guys forever if you could help me out with that. Tip number 1. You don't have to do everything right from the very beginning. You're only trying out being a vegan. You don't have to be perfect. You're taking this time to explore what it means to be vegan. You don't have to label yourself as vegan. You don't need to commit to the lifestyle right now, but try and explore as much as you can all of the different aspects of being a vegan. And remember, it's going to take your body a while to make the transition. So is 4 weeks really enough to feel the benefits, to understand the changes? Probably not. So just have fun with it. Going to all your local supermarkets and checking out all the cool vegan stuff that they have there now, that is a really good place to start. Just take it easy and do what you can and have fun with this month of being a vegan. Tip number 2, if you haven't already done this, take this time to research, read books, watch YouTube videos, look at people's Instagram accounts about veganism, about all the different information that's out there. It can be so overwhelming, and a lot of people have a lot of strong opinions about not being vegan, and I find these really difficult to take on board. I'm definitely not a keyboard warrior. I don't share heaps of things about why you should be a vegan on any of my platforms. I just truly believe it in my heart that it's wrong to eat animals and animal products. It just doesn't sit right with me, and there's nothing that anybody can say that will change that. It just feels wrong. Of course, other people have come to be a vegan because of environmental reasons. There's so many different reasons that you will be here watching this video and taking your Veganuary journey. So take the time to have a look at all the information that's out there, really build your armor, because people will probably start to say things to you about being a vegan. Why they do this, I do not know. It's been a thing for me since I was 14 years old. Why are you a vegetarian? Why would you not eat meat? And I didn't really have any of the answers. And actually, for me, I've always just said, because it's wrong. It feels wrong in my heart to eat animals. And that's it. That closes down the conversation for me pretty much. Some people always come up with these completely mad situations like, what if you were on a desert island and all there was left to eat was an animal? Completely mad situation. Why are we not talking about things that are more relevant than some mythical situation that, touch wood, is never going to happen? Take the time to do lots of research about nutrition, environmental impacts, and also how does it really feel deep down for you to be eating plant-based. Don't overload yourself too much. I would suggest doing this in lots of different sittings, but a couple of things you could do is go on Netflix and watch Cowspiracy, or on Instagram you could follow somebody that I really enjoy who is Earthling Ed, and he's got some really great arguments about why he became a vegan and why he really supports veganism. Tip number 3. Try cooking some fun recipes of foods that you really want to eat. Most vegans have a pretty sizable store cupboard. I, in fact, want to build a pantry in my kitchen because our store cupboard is literally bursting at the seams with nuts, seeds, pulses, pastas, rice. We could literally fill a huge pantry with the store cupboard that we have. That is not practical for somebody who's doing Veganuary and just giving it a try. It's very expensive and it's probably a really overwhelming way to start. I would suggest just starting with looking up some recipes or getting recommendations of recipes that don't have very many ingredients that are easy to start with. I would recommend this book by Katie Besco. It's called 15 Minute Vegan, and it's got loads and loads of recipes in here that only use a few ingredients. For example, this balsamic tomato and red onion tart uses puff pastry, olive oil, red onion, chopped tomatoes, balsamic vinegar and basil leaves. That's literally it. So there's lots of cool books like this that have very few ingredients in them. That's a really good place to get started. If you already have a bit of a spice cupboard going, or you don't mind buying a few bits and pieces, this is one of my absolutely favourite recipes. It's sweet potato and chickpea Moroccan stew. I actually have this in this vegan food magazine. My sister kindly got me a subscription to it last year, and this recipe I've used loads. It's taken from Annabelle Randall, the Flexitarian, and her website is theflexitarian.co.uk. We actually ate this last night. It's delicious. I make it at least once a week. Coriander, cumin, turmeric, ground ginger, paprika, cinnamon as the spices, and then the rest are ingredients that you would probably have and not too expensive to buy. So I definitely recommend trying this out. I will leave the link to her website in the description below. If you do fancy trying something a little bit different, this is a cookbook that you won't find everywhere. You'll see a lot of people recommending Bosch. I absolutely love Bosch. I think they are brilliant. Happy Pear, Deliciously Ella, love those guys. I wanted to recommend something a little bit different. This is The Global Vegan by Ellie Bullen. I watch her YouTube videos, Elsa's Wholesome Life. She has got some great recipes in this book. We usually make the moussaka in here and also the butternut squash mac and cheese. Obviously it's not cheese, you're actually blending down a butternut squash to be the cheese sauce. It's really great. And you can do the basic recipe, or you can add in all the little things that she recommends in there. So you can make these like fake bacon pieces, and you can make this like parmesan crumble to add in. But if you just want to do the basic recipe, then you can as well. So I highly recommend this book if you want something different. Plus it's a really beautiful book. Some of the photography and everything in here is amazing. There is a ranch dipping sauce in the back of this book that in the summer I was just making huge batches of and having it on salads every day. It's one of the most delicious salad dressings / dipping sauces that I've ever had, and if you want somebody really inspirational to follow, I love watching Elsa's Wholesome Life on YouTube. Tip number 4. As well as cooking from scratch, you're going to want to get some easy food as well. I started off as a vegan by feeling like I really had to support the supermarkets in buying all the vegan stuff that they had coming out onto their shelves, and I found myself gaining a lot of weight this way. I definitely don't recommend it, and it's quite expensive as well. So my philosophy with this is 80-20. 80% of the time I am cooking from scratch and making healthy meals. 20% of the time we're treating ourselves, or we're having something that's maybe not the healthiest. There are loads of things. Go to the supermarket, check out the vegan section. Every supermarket has its own vegan range now, and there are so many different meals out there that you can choose from. There's also loads of chocolate, plant-based milks, all the good stuff, puddings, cheesecakes, normal cakes, birthday cakes. There's heaps of things that you can try out. Just don't go too crazy. Try and get that really good balance between cooking and also eating the slightly more naughty food, junk food, if you like. Also, every restaurant now pretty much has something on the menu that you can eat, and some restaurants are absolutely excellent with having full vegan menus, and that is a dream. In the early noughties, I would go out with my friends and sometimes I would literally just have to have the side salad or the plain pasta or the pasta with chopped tomato. It'd be the only thing that I could actually have. We've come on leaps and bounds since then. Vegetarian meals are in abundance and vegan meals have come on such a long way. A few things that I would recommend if you are struggling are milks. First of all, Oatly Barista. This is the only milk that I will now have in tea. When I first went vegan, I pretty much went caffeine free because I just thought I couldn't have tea with milk. I don't drink coffee, but I know that there are lots of milks that go nicely with coffee, but for your good old cup of tea, Oatly Barista milk goes in it really, really nicely. It's a little bit more expensive than cow's milk, but there are other alternatives as well. My mum takes the Alpro oat milk, which is a lot cheaper, and a lot of the supermarket own brands do soya milk and oat milk themselves, which are a lot cheaper as well. In terms of chocolate, I found that Nomo are a really good brand. If you want to buy just a bar of chocolate that's like milk chocolate, check out Nomo. They also have one that's caramel. It's got a caramel center. That is delicious. I got one of those in my advent calendar last year and I didn't even know that they existed, so that was a dream. Lots of brands now do jar sauces. So for example, Sackler do vegan pesto. They do the green one and the red one. I really like the green one. We buy that quite a lot if we just want to have a really easy meal of pasta and pesto with a few veggies chopped up in it. Ben & Jerry's do a really lovely dairy-free ice cream. One of them is cookie dough. There's also Swedish Glass. They do vegan ice cream, dairy-free ice cream as well, which is really yummy. If you're looking for pre-made burgers, Moving Mountains burgers are really delicious. You can get those in Waitrose, probably some other stores as well. And we like the ones that are sausage burgers. They are yummy. Cheese. Now, this isn't so easy to talk about cheese. I used to love cheese. This has been one of the hardest things for me to give up, and in the beginning it was so tempting to eat cheese. There are some really good soft cheeses out there. I would recommend checking out La Fromagerie. I'll leave their link below. They have got some lovely artisan vegan cheeses and they've got a store in London, but you can have them shipped to you. We got a cheese board last year, Christmas 2019, for our Christmas party, and we had loads of people come over. Obviously not everybody was vegan, in fact hardly anybody was vegan, and all those cheeses got well and truly tucked into. They were really yummy. They've got some really nice things. However, on a week-to-week basis, we usually get the Applewood smoked cheese. It's probably the best cheese that I've come across. It tastes pretty close to being actual cheese and it melts as well. So if you're putting it in a cheese toastie or something like that, it will actually melt and taste pretty nice. But you have to get used to the difference in taste. So, you know, cheese, proceed with caution. There are some really bad ones out there, but you just got to try these things to find out. The last thing I'll just put in this section is I just want to have a big shout out to the Vegan Kind supermarket. I order some nice bits and pieces from them every now and again, and they send it to you even if it's items for your fridge. It's got cold packs and everything in there. They've got lots of great stuff on their website, so definitely go and check out the Vegan Kind. Okay, tip number 5. This is my final tip. Not everything to do with being vegan is about food. It is actually a full-on lifestyle. Now, you guys are doing Veganuary. I'm not expecting you to overhaul your entire wardrobe, makeup collection, products under your kitchen sink. Just look into it for now, and maybe, you know, if you want to change up a couple of things in your makeup bag just to test out a couple of beauty products, that is a really good idea. Or if you want to have a look at some household cleaning products that are cruelty-free, that is absolutely something that you can just carry on even if you decide not to become vegan after Veganuary. Why wouldn't you buy a cruelty-free household cleaning product if it's the same as one that's cruel? I don't understand why people wouldn't just do that anyway. For example, for our dishwasher and washing machine, we use a brand called Small, and they have vegan cruelty-free tablets that you can buy to go in with your clothes or your dishes. When it comes to things like candles, for example, I absolutely love the brand Homes with Gnomes. Got one of her lovely candles here, which is cassis and fig. It's all vegan and cruelty-free. Makeup, I would definitely recommend trying out the skin products by Tropic. I have everything Tropic. I've got face moisturizer, sunscreen, face oils, under eye creams, all of that stuff. They're a really lovely, lovely company. Definitely go and check out Tropic. And then for makeup, Barry M, The Ordinary. These are brands that are vegan, and you can buy makeup products from them with safe in the knowledge that they are vegan. If you go onto Cult Beauty, they have a section that says vegan skincare or vegan makeup. If you type it in, they've got everything listed in there that's vegan. Just watch out for some brands that are technically, their ingredients and the way they produce things are vegan, but if they sell to China, then they are not vegan, because anything that goes to China then has to be tested on animals. Watch out. One of my favorite companies, NARS, all their products are vegan, but unfortunately they now sell to China, so I've had to stop using them. This was a couple of years ago, which is such a shame, because NARS Sheer Glow is literally like the best foundation I've ever come across. However, there are lots of other options out there, so make sure that you have a look, but Cult Beauty have it all really well labeled on their website. So there you go, there's my 5 tips for Veganuary. Good luck to you guys doing Veganuary. If you've got any questions, please type them down below in the comments. I'm happy to reply to anybody and give any advice that I can, or help you with some research. Best of luck to you. I know it's going to be hard, it might be a very different way of life, but you are taking a step in the right direction. I really, really believe it in my heart and in my soul that this is the right thing to do. It takes a long time to transition. You're going to have so many things in your house, so many things in your freezer that you need to get through before you can properly make the full transition into being a vegan. But don't worry, you don't have to label yourself. Just remember, you're doing this for your own personal reasons, and you don't have to explain yourself to other people. And even if you want to, it's okay to say, I'm not ready to talk about this just yet because I'm taking the time to educate myself. So much for watching this video. Please help out a small channel by subscribing, sharing, liking, all of the good stuff. And I hope to see you on another video soon. Lots of love. Bye.